What up, what up, what up, what up? Are we live? Are we live? Let's see. Don't look like we live on IG. So I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm gonna have to figure this thing out, brothers and sisters. I'm sure I'm live on Facebook. Yes, yes, yes. Um, just want to make sure we're live. We are. All right. We're supposed to be live on X. Let's see. Are we live on Twitter X? X Twitter. Where we at? Twitter. Where we at? Looks like we live on Twitter. We live on everywhere except for Instagram. So we're going to figure that out. We're going to have to figure Instagram out because we don't want to leave Instagram out of the equation. I have never gone live on Instagram. So we definitely got to make sure we figure this thing out. We're using this OneStream platform. It's about our third time using it. We finally got the recording right. First time we thought we went live when we weren't. Right? So we had to add the different social media platforms, and now we got to get IG up and running. Brothers and sisters, if you are live and you can hear me, go ahead and put something in the chat so I can see if the chat is working over on my end. So we said what we were going to do is on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, we want to come live and talk about the Money Game book. The Money Game so Black people can win and dominate. It's a book that I released on my birth anniversary in November 23rd of last year, 2023. And it's a culmination of a lot of things over the past 40 years. My journey on personal development, real estate investing as a stockbroker, personal development as a network marketer. I mean, a lot has gone into, this book, meaning it's not everything, but it covers a lot of what I experienced over the past 40 years on this journey of financial empowerment, financial freedom, getting rich, and then learning is really about being wealthy and not about being rich, and continuing being a student. See, that's the thing, brothers and sisters. If you're really true to something, you'll know that you remain a student all your life. Listen to LeBron James a couple of games ago, talking about how he loved the sport. And the more he gives to the sport, the more the sport gives back to him. And how he's a student of the game. Now, these are individuals that are the best of the best in the world, and they're students. That's the attitude, that's the mindset of a winner and one who dominates. Now, LeBron James is one of the oldest players in the NBA. So that means he's playing with rookies as he's on his way out. But he's still competing physically at that level, mentally at that level. A lot goes in to performing at that level. Now, that's the elite of the elite of the elite. That's a very small percentage. I know most of us don't have, aspirations that high. But whatever our aspiration is, it requires us to have a certain mentality, a mindset, a knowingness, an awareness. It requires us to understand that you're always a student. See, when you take on the attitude of always being a student, no matter how successful you are, as I am, we are, as long as we truly, truly, truly remain a student, not in words, but in how we move, our actions, how we live, then that will help us maintain the level of humility that we need to continue to be blessed. and fortunate and honored and favored by God. Because God doesn't like arrogance. God doesn't like loftiness. When you feel, more about yourself than you should, as if you did it all by yourself. So, winning at the money game to win and dominate. Now, I know, just like in entrepreneurship, right, just like in a lot of things, it's not everybody, it's not all, and in a lot of cases, it's not the majority. I remember hearing many years ago, several years ago, I heard a statistic saying out of everybody that's physically able and of the right age to go to the military age and physical condition, only 2% of them, of qualified individuals in America that can enlist in the military, only 2% enlist. So you have 2% that's risking their life for the rest 98% to enjoy whatever it is that we enjoy. Okay? But it's always that way. It's always that way. Excuse me. Look at those that participated in the civil rights movement. That was a handful of people. But look how many generations of Black people and others, minorities, benefited from our suffering and our sacrifice. See, so we understanding that, we just need to decide which side we want to be on. And either way is okay. Either way is okay. But there's some of us that want to be the LeBron James of our family, that want to be the whatever financial giant we want to, those of us that want to be that, but for whatever reason, we're not there yet, right? We know that we don't have all the pieces to get there. We know there's missing pieces. See, that's what keeps you a student also, brothers and sisters, when you know you have missing pieces. When you know you don't have everything you need to get to your ultimate destination. I live in Houston. I'm leaving Houston. I'm driving to Atlanta. I got a tank of gas. I know that one tank of gas is not going to get me all the way to Atlanta. See what I'm saying? I have enough sense to know that. So part of my planning is to refuel along the way so I won't run out of gas before I get to Atlanta. See, that's how it is in life in general, but we're talking about the money game. Because if we're still dealing with linear, talk about in the book, linear income, where we trade time for money, we're going to quickly max out on how much money we can make if we're exchanging time for money. See, at some point in time, that has to tilt. As Grant Cardone says, you're going to be underpaid to a point to where it tips and you become now overpaid for what you do. See, so the money game, brothers and sisters, is really having an understanding about money in this environment that we live in. Because the money game sure is played differently in communist countries, right? Differently in dictatorship countries. But we're here in America. So how do we play the money game to win and dominate in America? What kind of mindset is playing this money game in America? What kind of mindset is playing it at $100,000 a year? What kind of mindset is playing it at $250,000 a year? What kind of mindset is playing it at? You pick the number. Is it the same mindset? Is it the same attitude about money? Is it the same psychology about money? Is it the same rules about money? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches that a man with equal knowledge cannot rule you. So it's about knowledge, but knowledge of what? See, we grew up in society where it's mono, right? One job, one degree, right? It's not multiple. See, you have to understand and live in the law of abundance just to have the mindset to think multiple jobs, multiple streams of income, multiple cars. It takes a level of abundance mindset to think multiple. And the question is, how many times are you multiplying? Times 2, times 3, times 4, or like Grant's book, 10x. See, so it's a mindset and understanding what goes into playing at the level that you desire and aspire, and we desire and aspire to play. See, in playing the money game to win and dominate really has nothing, that I talk about in the book, has nothing to do with getting a bag. It may appear that way. See, everything that the way something looks or appears, that might not be the full picture or the reality. See, there's a lot of what I've learned on my journey. Because remember, brothers and sisters, I was blessed enough to be a stockbroker for 2 major Wall Street firms, not 1, but 2, over a 6-year period. Okay? So I'm telling you what I know, telling you from my experience. Not what I read in a book, even though I read a lot of books, but what I've experienced. There's gaps missing when it comes to playing at higher levels. There's gaps missing of our understanding, our mentality, our psyche. See, and we just focus on one and in one way, and we don't expand. If you want to expand reality, if you want to expand matter in the physical realm, you first got to expand it in the spiritual realm. I touch on metaphysics in here. See, this book, brothers and sisters, is not like any other money book that you've read by anybody else. How can I say that? Just as we know that everybody is unique, there's nobody on the planet has the same fingerprint, then that's how unique your experience is. That's how unique your experience is. So when you can crystallize your experience and put it in tangible form, in a form of a book, and for somebody to read it, they're going to read something that's uniquely yours. And then it is written with a specific purpose in mind, a specific objective in mind, not just to share knowledge. That's good. You got to start with sharing the knowledge. But as I say on the back of the book, there's a message woven all through it. It's like this shirt or a jacket or a sweater or a dress or a pair of pants. You don't see the stitching, and you don't see the thread that keeps it together. But you see the material. You see the pattern and see the color of the shirt. But if you get close enough, look closer, then you can see the stitching. Right? That's how this book is. There's what you see is obvious, and then there's the stitching. But you got to look closer at it. Look closer at it. And that was the purpose and intention. And that's what people are experiencing. I cover things like this. You think like, what is that doing in a money book? Oh, what is that doing in the money book? Why is he talking about that? Everything in nature has a natural enemy. I've never heard anything like said like that in a book about money. Everything has a natural enemy, so teaches the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We have a natural enemy as black people. Your money has a natural enemy. You have to know, we have to know who our enemy is. What does it look like? How does it act? What is its purpose as my enemy? To seek and destroy and to kill my dreams, my aspiration, my money. To kill it. It only lives once. Then I got to go out and get it over and over and over again. I talk about that in this book. When you pay your light bill, your dollar dies. You got to go get another dollar to pay the light bill next month. That's not playing to win or dominate. Don't get me wrong. Now, we all got to pay the light bill. Now, you know what I'm saying? But you understand what I'm saying. We have to have money that goes out there and grows for us, expands for us. It comes back with more. Doing my morning affirmations and the drills that I do in the morning to get in the zone and to shape this up for the day financially, I had an epiphany. Right? As I say, my money loves me. Money is good. Money loves me. Money, cherishes me. Money respects me. Money obeys me. And the thought hit me when I was doing that about a month ago. Daryl, every time you release money, no matter what you release it for, give it some instructions. Tell it what to do. Money obeys my command. I send it out and I tell it, come back with more. Well, how you do that? Can't do that paying your light bill, water bill, gas bill, car. No, you have to pay it. So now I got to think, okay, well, I need to, how can I release this with the instruction to go out and get more and bring me back more? To win and dominate. There's enough of us who have the desire to win and dominate. There's enough of us. I'm talking about us's. Us's. It says so black people can win and dominate. I know there's more of us that want to win and dominate at the money game than which currently are doing it. That's who this book is for. If you want to win and dominate at the money game and you haven't gotten there yet, you know you need more pieces. You're on the search for more pieces. You know what I'm saying? You need to get an idea of what winning and dominating at the money game looks like, and who do I have to become? How do I need to currently think about money? You're not gonna win and dominate first. We have to have a winning and dominating mindset, and then over time, we'll start winning and dominating. So there's more of us that want to, that are seeking in our spirit, in our soul. God knows that we're yearning to be that Michael Jordan or that LeBron James or that Curry. What I mean by that, I mean financially. Can you imagine with the kind of money those brothers are making when they go out with their family and friends? Hey, I got it. Don't worry about the bill. I got it. Hey, I'm going to pay for everybody to come on down and meet me in the Bahamas, meet me in Fiji. I'm going to pay for everybody, plane ticket, everything on me, excursions, entertainment, food, everything's on me. Housing, everything's on me. I know I'm not the only one. I know there's not a 2 or 3s infused. We're 40 to 60 million black people ex-slaves in America. You two do 1 or 2 or 3% of that number. That's still a small number. But remember, it doesn't take a lot of numbers. It just takes the right number or the right people in that number to move the other percentage, the other 98, 90%, 85%. But it's a conscious decision because it's going to be hard and you're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. You're going to have to be a freak of nature, if you will, let other people tell it. But you say, I want to be the one. I'd rather be the one with the financial wherewithal to say, mama, daddy, sister, brother, my 4 daughters and my grandbabies, come on, I got you. Come on, meet me in Jamaica. Meet me at my house in Jamaica. I got the plane. Here, take this credit card. You buy, get with your sisters, Danae, and take care of the tickets. Just get the information and boom, take care of the tickets. Pick them up from the airport and bring them to your home in Jamaica. Have a cook there. Entertainment. Go out for entertainment. Go out for excursions. I'd rather be the one who does that than on the receiving end. Not that the receiving end is bad. I've been on the receiving end before. I used to drive for Chris Paul, the basketball player, when he played for the Rockets. Just my connection, like I said, through learning the skill sets over the past 40 years of networking, being in sales, professional sales for 40 years. Since I graduated from college in 1990, you do the math. Was that 30 years? See, learning these life skill sets, not job skill sets, career skill sets, life skill set. Networking is a life skill set. Communication is a life skill set. Understanding money is a life skill set. Having a certain type of mentality, mindset about life is a life skill set. Being conscious, reading books, being intentional, being purposeful in your living. That's how you win and dominate. It's a mindset. This book just talks about how do you apply it to the money game. But you can apply it to anything and everything, and you should. You should. So I want to be, who's the rich black people? Let's say Bob Johnson. He used to own BET. See, I want to be the one. He was so financially successful when him and his wife got a divorce, she became a billionaire too. With her half or whatever the breakup amount is. What's the brother Smith? The other black billionaire. You see what I'm saying? Don Peoples. Yeah, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's close. He's a black real estate developer. See? They can say, come on over to the house. Let's celebrate whatever we want to celebrate. Let's just celebrate life. Hey, I haven't seen y'all in a while. In February the 26th, I want you to come over so we can celebrate the birth anniversary of Master Fard Muhammad. And you just have a long dining room table. I realized many, many years ago, I said, why do these, we always say white folks, that's just been our experience here in America, right? But why these white folks got these big houses? 10 bedrooms and 12 baths and, space 30,000 feet. The mentality that we've been given as average people is they don't need that. Some of us say it, a lot of us say that. Or we can't crystallize why they do need it. See, they crystallize in their mind why they do need it. They crystallize in their mind why they do need a Rolls Royce. Just like you crystallize in your mind why you need the car you got. You didn't buy the cheapest car. You crystallize in your mind why you live where you live. You could have found someplace cheaper. See, they just do the same thing on a higher level. But the way society teaches the masses of the people, righteousness is being poor, not having much, not being, luxury, and having luxury, and having those things is not as holy, not as righteous. See, that mindset has to change. So, with crystallizing my mind, why those who have those big houses and those 20, 30, bedrooms or whatever they had, this is how it crystallized my mind. And I thank God for it. I remember one of my network marketing mentors, Holton Buggs. Some of y'all might know him. At the time that I was in the company with him, OrganoGold, back in, I don't know what that was, how long ago that was. But excuse me. At the time that he was in OrganoGold, and I was in OrganoGold too, I was in Edwin Haynes' downline, his right-hand partner. I heard Holton Buggs say this, and this is what crystallized it for me. I said, that makes sense. He has a big home out in San Diego, like I said, all these bedrooms and baths and square feet. He said he got a house that big with that many bedrooms and baths. So when his family came to visit him, they wouldn't have to stay in a hotel. They can stay in his home. And they can be right there close together. I said, that's it. That's it. I got 4 daughters, a grandbaby, a sister, another grandbaby on the way, son-in-law. That's 8 people. If it's 2 to a room, that's 4 extra bedrooms. And everybody gonna have their own bath, so that's 4 extra bedrooms and 4 extra baths. They won't be at a hotel. They'll be there in my home, and they can be in their flip-flops and their pajamas and they roll. We'll be all there together watching the movie night on big screen TV. There's no place like home, as Dorothy says in The Wizard of Oz. There's no place like home. That's why the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, make your home, your neighborhood, a decent place to live. Because there's no place like home, and you want it to be decent, free of elements. So, the money game. So black people can win and dominate, brothers and sisters. Pick up your copy. Pick up your copy. It'll be something you need to add to your shelf. I think I said in this book. If not, I'm writing other books. Don't worry about it. Just know that there's multiple pieces. And for you to put the puzzle together with the multiple pieces that make up your puzzle, picture puzzle, right? Then you got pieces of the puzzle missing. So the picture is not complete. There's still some things you want to do to make that picture complete. So you have to be out on the search. And it's a search of discovering first of who you are. That's really what it's about. And I talk about that in the book. See, all these techniques and strategies and all that stuff, see, that's just more of the same. But what is the hack? What is the real way of cracking this thing open? What is the way? It can't just be more of the same, more techniques, the latest technique. Now it's AI. Next is going to be something else later on. But what is it? What is the real thing that's really the linchpin, if you will? The thing that I know if I pull that, that's really where it's at. That's really where it is. It's not in the techniques, it's not in the strategy. You, as Honorable Miss Louis Farrakhan said, you put a stack of books on a back of a donkey. He's still a donkey. He's still an ass. He ain't no smarter. No matter how many books you put on his back. Right? So it's not the books. It's the donkey. It's who carrying that book. Who's carrying that knowledge in their head. All right? So that's what it's about. And you'll pick up pieces along the way. See, if you're looking for one place to get all the pieces you need, you don't quite understand what it takes to win and dominate. You pick up pieces as you go along. And if you can only get one piece here, you don't criticize, oh, I just got one idea out of that book. You're one piece closer. And see what I learned too, brothers and sisters, on this journey, and it's so beautiful, and I'm getting deeper and deeper. I'll tell you more about that later. The thing about it, you're looking for doorways. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for a door that'll open to multiple doors. You're looking for a doorway and doorways that is, it looks like one door on the outside. But when you open that one door, there's more doors behind it. See? So when you get this book and read this book, you'll start opening doors, and then behind that door is more doors and more doors and more doors versus a door in a room, and that's all you got. All you are is in that one room by that one door. You want to tap into knowledge that when you open that door, there's another door waiting for you, and another door after that, and another door after that, and you just keep on opening those doors. Before you know it, you'll look up, and you'll be a whole lot further than where you started. But you have to understand the game before you play it and as you play it. So you won't get discouraged, you won't quit, and you won't say, I'm wasting my money. I ain't going to buy no more books. That sound good, Daryl, but I got books already I didn't read. See, once again, if you got one idea out of that book, that might have been the only purpose at that time for you to get that book, to get that one idea. But you always have it as a reference. I'll leave you with this. One of the many things that I learned on this 40-year journey is that the very elite, those that understand at a high level of society, the high level when it comes to money, they leave their children two things, one of two things, if not both of those things. You leave them knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom, not a business, not real estate, but yes, real estate. Knowledge and wisdom, and you leave them income producing assets. My number one is real estate. My number two is real estate, and number three is real estate. See, so when you learn to play the game to win and dominate, the most valuable thing you can leave your children and children's children is wisdom and knowledge and income producing assets. Wisdom and knowledge is the spiritual world, and income producing assets is the physical world. That'll let them know once again that you know how to play the game to win and dominate. Because you're not just playing on one side. You're playing on both sides. And you know which side to play first, which side to play often. And you want to leave that for them. Because if you leave them wisdom, maybe not your children, but a generation after them, one or two after them, might run across this book in a box. Say, the money game so black people can win and dominate. February 1st, 2024, that was 50 years, 60 years ago. I'm going to read this book. And they'll be the one that take your family legacy to the next level. All right, brothers and sisters, that's good. It's going on 10 o'clock. Got on here late. Had to go get something to eat. We start our national fast on Thursday. Here in the Nation of Islam, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we should fast 3 days out of the month. And it's the first Thursday of every month is our last meal. Our next meal Sunday. So I had to nourish up. Can't go into a 3-day fast on E. So I had to nourish up, brothers and sisters. So we were running late, but we said, you know what? I said I'm coming on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturday. And my word is my bond. Because I want y'all to have it. It's not about me writing a book and say, okay, I'm a published author. I wrote a book. No. I already got this knowledge. Just scratches the surface. Just to crack atoms in your brain. That's all this book is, to get you, to accelerate you and get you further on that journey of discovery to win and dominate in life. Leave me a comment. Go to themoneygamebook.com. I should have put that in a little feed there. Themoneygamebook.com. Got a gift over there for you. You're not going to beat me in giving. So says the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So go there and get your free gift. Themoneygamebook.com. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. And get the book. And let's talk about it. This thing is going to build. I got, a plan to extend this, to make this book live a long time. You got to do more than publish it. It's like a child. You got to do more than give birth to a child. Now, since the child is here, you got to feed it, take care of it. So at one point in time, it can go on its own. All right. So, brothers and sisters, we'll see you on Saturday afternoon. Stay tuned. Hit the notification button. Thank you for your time. Leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. TheMoneyGameBook.com. See you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our Black community deserves the very best. See you next time. Peace.